Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here, and I'm going to be doing a collective reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, astrology, or tarot, my information is down below. And I want to share something with you so that you guys know why. In case if you don't already, why I say greetings and salutations.
Hello, Jason Dean.
Greetings and salutations. You a Heather?
No, I'm a Veronica.
All right, I'm back. Actually, it's really funny because I wanted to name my daughter Veronica, but that got vetoed. I don't know if I'd want a Ronnie, you know what I mean? And that's maybe what that would have turned into. So I'm going to do a collective reading. This is, kind of tapping into all of us. You may be in or around this reading. If the reading doesn't resonate with you, that's totally cool. And I'm 4 for 4 for the solstice, for basically the new astrological year. I set an intention to do videos more days than not. And so far, so good. And I'm starting with my Divine Animals Oracle. We're going to see what we get. Lioness, protection. Ooh, that's pretty. Number 21. I always say whenever you watch these readings, if there's a number or, I set an intention before I do the videos that whoever watches get a message from their guides or specific to them. Even if the whole reading doesn't resonate, there might be something that does. But anyway, so numbers, animals, we have obviously a lioness. You are strongly protected right now. You are invited to embrace your authenticity and to be unafraid to wisely express your emotions. To protect others, we must learn to develop strength in ourselves and to know the power of restraint, which is what real power involves. So we are protected right now. I feel that. I feel that. There's a lot of Aries energy. I want to do another one. So we've got a lot of fire. Aries is about the self. It's like the infant of the zodiac, which is not saying anything about Aries people. It's the let's start things, let's do things. What do I want? It's kind of about me. Hyena, fear. Ooh, 38. It's an 11. Crazy. Okay, so we have protection and fear. That's kind of interesting coming out together. I'm seeing this as there's sort of, long story short, two ways of being at the moment. Although I feel that we all likely carry some fear, but I don't know that we're all aware that we're protected. Examine your fears, especially the fear of difference, of the unknown, and of death. There may be an abandonment of something, a belief, a person, a place. Remember that because something is strange, it doesn't mean that it cannot be beautiful or good. We all have a job to do. We all have our own genius. Be sure you have the correct information to have a truthful understanding. Yeah, it's all in your perception. And also maniacal laughter. I'm hearing like the hyena. Like sometimes when things suck, just laugh, And it was funny too, because as I was saying, we are all protected. I can just hear people like, well, what about this? And what about that? And what about this? And what about that? I know, like if you want to argue with me, you don't have to be here, but it this can get really complicated sometimes. I think that the earth is somewhere where we come to play, and sometimes it sucks here. And we don't so much play, we get wrapped up in fear, and that's what causes all of you know wars and all the other bullshit. But even in some of my worst times, if I hadn't been so afraid, it's like my fear made things worse. When I reacted out of fear, the outcome became worse and worse and worse, and more fears became realized, etc. But we are protected. Remember, we're protected. There's that naysayer, that negative voice in the back of our mind. I've been having that actually. And I was thinking about that this morning. It's been really loud and obnoxious. Like I was doing a ritual where I was sending love, and the voice was like, this is so stupid. Why are you even doing this? You don't even mean it. And then I'm like, hold on, wait, do I mean it? Like, no, I really fucking mean this. But I've worked a lot on not having that voice. And so I think it's kind of funny that it's popping up. I feel like that's what's going on, is that negative narrator in the back of our mind is getting louder, so that can become more obvious to us, and we can deal with it and really start to quiet it down. I'll get to tarot in a second. For some reason, I grabbed these. They're kind of funny, cute cards. And a lot of times these cards, they're super random, but they might mean something to you. Sometimes when I'm doing readings, I'm like, well, I don't even know what the hell that means, but it'll be something significant to the person that I'm reading for. All right, we're going to pick 3 of them. Yeah. You attract what you focus on, this is keep like being mindful of what you're attracting in. Requires stillness. Fork in the road. It's like, if you even know what the hell I'm talking about with timelines or whatever, we can look at it like perspectives. I do feel like we're diverging, but it's like, yeah, okay, ready. It's like I'm seeing two lines, and then there's one, and this is the one that's the higher perspective. And this one over here is the lower perspective, like where you have fear and all of that. And this is where you have I'm protected. And so like where we see this, how am I going to look at things? What am I going to anticipate? And then, are we protected or fearful? And there's offshoots. And so it's like, maybe there's a lot of people walking over this way, and then there's this way, but slowly they're like, oh wait, I want to go over there. And so I'm seeing like where they don't converge, they're not merging yet, but you can veer over to there, you can walk in that direction. All right, let's do some tarot. What the hell is going on? Mm. Do the angel tarot. Is that? All right, God, what the hell is going on? God. That is how I talk to God. We're going to do past, present, future. Hanged man. He's turned upside down, but he's got the halo. This is when we get kind of tripped up. I call it the personal purgatory card. How did I get myself here? It's like instead of fighting where we are, and twisting our ankle or getting like rope burns on our ankle and fighting with like the fact that we're upside down. This is kind of going into repose and being like, okay, let me observe, let me look at all of this, let me take it in from how I sit right now and just observe it. How did I end up here without judgment? How did I get here? What are others doing? What's going on? How can I grow from this? And that's in the past. That's what we're like. So I'm thinking past, like this is where we're moving out of and what we are in presently. King of Swords. That's mastering the mind, really mastery of the mental realm. King of Swords. Well, ready. We can also, the King of Swords can be a dick. Like swords, whenever they can come out, because words can cut. Swords are air energy. So it's our mentality, our communication. And they're also the most difficult journey. Like in Buddhism, it's our mind is our worst enemy. But people could be just being assholes right now. Yeah, pretty much. That's entirely possible. No, it's happening. It really is. I'm not even, what am I talking about? It's fucking happening. People are being shitty. It's all right. No worries. No worries. But ideally, the ideal aspect of the King of Swords is that he masters his thoughts. He doesn't speak often, but when he does speak, others listen, so this is not talking just like for the sake of hearing ourselves talk. It's choosing our words wisely and carefully because oh my goodness, because that's creating what the fork in the road, like where are we going? It's attracting in, we're casting spells with our mouth. So be still. That's funny how these two kind of like look. Be still. All right. That's where we are right now. We're mastering our mind. God's like, do you got this? You got it? And maybe you don't. And maybe you like cut somebody off in traffic and give them the finger or tell somebody to go fuck themselves. Like, that's fine. We're all learning. We're all learning. And the Chariot. We got this one yesterday as well. The Chariot is ultimate success, not getting distracted. Guess you're not going to zoom on that. That's okay. Not getting caught up in duality, not choosing sides, staying in the center. It's also a fast moving energy. It's fast paced. It is being in the zone, like in your Zen zone, like just keep going, yeah. Move it. Let's get 3 for advice. Hierophant. So learn. The Hierophant also represents that's like moving by societal norms, sometimes caving to societal pressure. What is society saying? What do they say? But it can also be talk to an expert. Like if you're really struggling with your mental health, if you're really struggling with anything, really, get an expert opinion. No, this is the high priestess is seeking wisdom within the higher, and she's the goddess, that's the womb energy. The Hierophant is the God energy, so that is seeking wisdom without. So it's more like going to church, where like the goddess energy is more like reading tarot and what's my intuition say, and all of that. But it, like the Hierophant is seeking wisdom outside of you, because there is value in that as well. I love how these are kind of like flowing into one another. It does make me feel like the readings are kind of tying to one another from one day to the next. But with the Hierophant, know what you don't know. Know when you don't know something. Just don't pull shit out of your ass and do it because like a fairy said so. Fairies are trouble. Fairies are trouble. I mean, sometimes your intuition will tell you some weird shit. So you gotta like check yourself. One of my favorite sayings is the mystic swims with delight in waters that would drown the psychotic. So it's like it's a very fine line. I mean, I've seen some people go off the deep end with some of this stuff. You got to be, you gotta keep your wits about you. We're on fucking Earth, you guys, in case you didn't know. It's not always the most fun place to be. However, we can make the most of it. The star is coming out for advice. The star is hope. Being hopeful. It's kind of dark out, it's still nighttime, but we can see stars. I think I figured out a trick for that. There we go. You're just gonna have to deal with me being annoyed with that for a little while. I think there's a way I can blur my background. I'll have to look into that. The Lovers. That's oh, I don't know if you're supposed to show naked people on YouTube. I keep thinking I'm not popular enough for any of that to matter yet. But I already have 1 strike. So the Lovers, that's like really exposing your heart. In this one, it's Adam and Eve. Like, there's the apple. This is temptation, but it's really vulnerability. The Lovers can sometimes represent like a work contract, but coming out for advice. I think this is really being willing to share, to try new things, like bite the fucking apple. Look what wouldn't have happened if Eve didn't bite the apple. Was I not supposed to say that? I don't know. It's kind of funny that we have the Hierophant. It's like the Pope card, and the Lovers, Adam and Eve over here. There's a lot going on with societal pressure, with feeling like you're supposed to do particular things, or other people are pressuring us into, no, it has to be done this way, or it has to be done that way, or you owe me this, or the Lovers card can also be those like control mechanisms that we use, like, no, you have to do this for me because like we're we made this agreement, or because I love you, you have to do this. Or, I mean, anything like that. It's like, be mindful of that. Ooh, I haven't done these in a while. Moon Oracle. Favorites. Creation. Remember that we're creating with our words. We're casting spells right now. We are protected. Seek wisdom from outside of you, but know that this internal creative process is continuing. We are attracting what we are thinking. I feel like this is going to be a messy process. That's why we're getting you are protected, so like if you fuck up, that's okay. Like, just don't get caught. It's like this with like an alcoholic. If part of the reason sometimes that relapse is so bad is because when people relapse or have a beer or have a few beers or whatever, it's this catastrophic, like, I fucked up, whatever. And then it just spirals and piles onto that, instead of, you know what, I got that far once before, I made a mistake, I'm going to just keep going. I feel like there could be a tendency to get really wrapped up if we do something we might perceive as a mistake. This is a learning process right here. I really feel like we are actively learning the power of our mind, the power of our thoughts, the power of our intentions. We're casting spells. But this is going to require some mind mastery. Like, there's no, I think, yeah, I feel like that's only going to get more and more intense. And so what you see is what is a reflection of what you are putting out there, is what you are creating with your thoughts. Those look like, I always notice different things. I don't know, different things about the cards. There's a full moon. It looks like those are architect plans. We're creating a new world. Yeah. All right. We're going to do one more. I keep thinking one more and then I'll be done, but I just want to pull another one. So we're going to do just a couple of these. A couple of last words. Perseverance, stay the course. We've been getting strength, perseverance. Journey. Half the treasure is the journey on the path to finding it. Be in the moment. Know that you are protected. Know that we are going to make mistakes. We're learning a process. We are learning to master our minds, to master our thoughts. If you are still fighting where you are, try to come to peace, come to terms with where you are, stop fighting what is, and create with your intentions and your thoughts moving forward. Anyway, I love you guys. There we go. I'm back. I love you. If you made it to the end of this, I appreciate you very much. Anybody who takes the time to read these, you're awesome. Peace. Namaste. Have a great day on earth.